bit of a blast on the pass over the top over in La Liga. That's right, as Valencia join Real Madrid at the top of the bloody table. Will they make it 3 for 3? We're going to take a little look next. Prediction video today. We'll take a look at match number 3 in this year's La Liga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button and bang it. All things Rovers related, La Liga related, world football related. We're going to here, boys. Under one Ruski. Of course, Real Madrid stealing the headlines, but Valencia sneaking in there, of course, in the top 3, sitting pretty at the top with 2 for 2 so far. But they're looking to make it 3 wins out of 3, and we'll take a little look if they could do it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. Big shout out to you guys. You are incredible. Check out the links down below if you want to support the channel in another way. Of course, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and Patreon as well. But anyway, we're going to jump in the deep end and have a little look at this. That's right. It is, of course, match day number 2 recap. And of course, we're going to bring up the Super Brew, get all that ready and rocking and rolling. But right here, right now, let's, of course, have a recap of the results right here, right now. My picks on the left, the real deals on the right. Villarreal with a 1-0 win over Mallorca. Diaz played something on this. I'm not sure if he started, but he got some minutes. 1-0 win in the end for Villarreal. I got that one spot on the nose. Valencia, 1-0 win over Las Palmas. I went with a 2-1 win. My boys, Sociedad only could muster a draw against Celta Vigo. 1-1 in the end. I went with a 2-0 win. Madrid, 3-1 winners over Almira. I went with a 3-0, not too shabby there. Bilbao, 2-0 win for them on the road to Osasuna. Girona, 3-0 win over Getafe. I went with a 1-0. Barcelona bounced back with a 2-0 win against Cadiz. I went with a 3-0. Real Betis and Madrid duked out to a 0-0 draw. Alaves, 7-goal thriller against Sevilla. They picked up the big 3-pointers there. Sevilla stuttering once again. And Vallecano, big away day win on Monday night against Granada, of course. So 2-0 win for me. The table looks like this. Madrid, Vallecano, Valencia, top of the table with 2 for 2. Going down right now, Sevilla, Granada, and Almira. Now, of course, it is early days, so don't get too excited about it. But what can we start getting a little bit excited about the Super Brew? Well, let's have a little look then, shall we? Of course, I'm going to fly it over here on the screen just about now. Of course, there's the link if you want to get involved. Spain 23-24. It is free to enter. And, of course, you could be in the mix just like some of these guys. That's right. Let's, of course, make it a little bit more pretty. Jump over there and have a little look at it, of course. So, as we can see, we played 2 games so far. And, of course, right now, Shepherd leads the charge. 6 points, 6 spaces up there to number 1. Jimmy Wotton's up there in number 2 as well. I am down there into number 9th spot, down 4 spots, of course. Not great. Mustard down 10 spots. Of course, it is early days, of course. Don't worry about it. Raymond Reddington, don't worry about Kevin, of course, wooden spoon so far, but it is early. And it's a nice way to get started, though, to make sure your name's in the mix early doors on this one. A quick look at the rounds. Can we look at just the rounds itself? Is he 22 points? Is that the total leaderboard? I really am struggling to figure out this. Okay, so for the round, so Shepherd leads. He did a cracking week, of course, pick up 16 points, which of course made him leapfrog over everybody else. Costas K with 17 points. I think he was last week's leader, of course, with 17. Costas K, he's not okay. I don't even see him in here. So he must have taken the week. No, there he is. There he is. Costas K's up there in 4th spot. So well done to him. Of course, keeping up the heat. And what did I get? I got 9.5 points. So I did all right. But Shepherd just blew us out of the water, didn't he? Well done to him. And of course, we'll keep on going, guys. We'll keep on trucking with the Super Brew. So let's jump out of that then, of course, and hop over to the real deal now. Of course, and have a look at the games itself coming at you right here, right now. Match number 3, Pete. Track trick, of course. And we're going to jump in the deep end right here, right now, with the first game. And that will be corner of our eyes, it's Bilbao against Real Betis. Now, this game actually takes place on Sunday, so we're jumping all over the calendar here. So we're going to start with this one. 56 times they played each other since 1994. These two sides, 21 wins for Bilbao, 17 wins for Real Betis, 18 draws. Bilbao's biggest win, 4-0 wins, 75 goals in those 56 games, 1.34 goals a game ratio. Up against Real Betis, 3-0 win was their biggest, 63 goals scored in the 56 games, 1.13 goals a game ratio. Of course, Betis coming to us on 50% form so far. 1-1 and drew 1 this campaign. Of course, Bilbao 1-1 and lost 1. 42% for them at the moment. Last time around, though, in Bilbao was a 1-0 win for Real Betis back in May 2023. Betis most recently with a 0-0 draw against Atletico. Good result there. Bilbao, cheeky 2-0 away win against Osasuna. The odds for this one, as we approach kickoff, 2017 on is your Bilbao. They are red hot favourites. 12-5 is the draw. 16-5 is your away win here. It could be a tight old game, this one. I'm going to go with the away side, despite Bilbao coming into this on a recent good result, which should at least get them the confidence high. But a tough game against Real Betis, who I do think will be contenders for Champions League once again. Meanwhile, another contender for Champions League and the title, it'll be Real Madrid coming at you this coming Friday. At Celta Vigo. Now, these two sides have played 52 times in 1993. We've got 12 wins for Celta Vigo, 34 wins for Real Madrid, and 6 draws, of course. Celta Vigo, biggest win for them, 5-1 wins, scoring 61 goals in those 52 games, 1.17 goals game ratio, up against Real Madrid, whose biggest win was a 6-0 win, scoring 118 goals in those 52 games, 2.27 goals game ratio against Celta Vigo. Back-to-back wins for Carlo Ancelotti's boys against Celta Vigo, yet to really get going, of course, managed by Rafa Benitez. That's right. Coming at you, though, last time around at Celta Vigo, aka the Municipal del Baldados. Was a 4-1 win for Real Madrid. Of course, have won 6 on the bounce. That's right. Real Madrid just 1 goal conceded thus far, scoring 5 in return over the course of the 2 games. Celta Vigo, though, with a cheeky 1-1 draw against Sociedad most recently. The odds here 4-1 is just Celta Vigo on this one. 3-1 is the draw. 64 on is, of course, your Real Madrid on this one. Of course, going to back the Spanish juggernauts here, Real Madrid on the road for victory here. And now kicking on forward, we do have Cadiz up against Almira. That's right, coming at you on Saturday, August the 26th. Now, these two sides, according to my eyes, have played each other 19 times. 2004, 10 wins for Cadiz, 2 wins for Almira, and we've got 7 draws, of course. Cadiz coming at you right here, right now. Biggest win for them over Almira, 2-0 win. Scored 24 goals in those 19 games, 1.26 goals game ratio. Up against Almira, 2-1 win was their biggest. 15 goals scored in the 19 games, 0.79 goals game ratio heading into this one. Without a win, though, in the last 5 in all competitions, Almira, Cadiz, back-to-back games without a win as well. Starting the season with just 1 point. They're on 58% form over the last 6, though, including pre-season and beyond. Cadiz, though, last time around at their gaff, it was a 1-1 draw back in December 2022. In fact, 3 of the last 4 between these two sides in all competitions and friendlies have ended up as a draw. Last time around, though, Almira did lose to Real Madrid. Cadiz picked it up a 2-0 loss to Barcelona, of course. But the odds right here right now, 5-4 is your Cadiz. Almira 11-5 for the victory, 23-10 is, of course, your away day on this one. Going to go with a 2-1 win myself on this one for Cadiz over Almira, and we'll see if I'm right. Next up, of course, we have, that's right, Getafe up against Deportivo Alaves. That's coming at you on Monday, August 28th. Big day in this house, of course, because it's my birthday. Get the old birthday celebrations in right now at the Coliseum. Alfonso Perez played each other 16 times in 2003. 3 wins for Getafe, 4 for Alaves, 9 draws, of course. 4-0 win, the biggest for Getafe. 19 goals scored in those 16 games, 1.19 goals game ratio heading into this game. Alaves, though, 3-0 win, their biggest, scoring 20 goals in those 16 games, 1.25 goals game ratio. Coming at you, though, 50% form for them heading into this. 1-1 lost 1 so far this season. Up against Getafe, 42% form for them over the last 6. Just the 1 point so far out of a couple of games. Last time around, though, over in Getafe, guess what? It ended as a draw. In fact, the last 6 times between these two sides in La Liga have ended up as a draw. It smells like one already. Alaves, of course, big 7-goal thriller last time around against Sevilla. Getafe yet to really score. Back-to-back games now without a goal. Cheeky point, though, against Barcelona last time they were at home. The odds here, 6-5. Getafe 9-5 is the draw, or 14-5 is your away win here. I'm gonna go with a 1-0 win for Getafe, breaking the deadlock of the back-to-back draws. A cheeky 1-0 win for Getafe moving forward. Next up, of course, we have Girona. They are taking on Mallorca coming at you. That's on when is that? I'm struggling to find it. It must be on Saturday. It's not Girona. It's Granada. It's Granada up against matey boy, and I'm struggling to see this one. Where are there we are? Granada against Mallorca. It's not Girona. It's Granada. Goodness gracious me. Played each other 11 times in 2011. 7 wins for Granada, 1 win for Mallorca. 3 draws, of course. Granada coming to this on the 67% form for them this season. Back-to-back defeats, though. Mallorca coming into this just 1 point out of the past 2 games. Of course, just 1 defeat the past 6 when you stretch back into friendlies and pre-season. However, these two sides, 11 times played, 7 wins for Granada, 1 win for Mallorca, and 3 draws. Biggest win for Granada, 6-2 win, scoring 23 goals in those 11 games, 2.09 goals game ratio. Up against Mallorca, 2-1 win it was for Mallorca, their highest, 12 goals scored in 11 games, 1.09 goals game ratio heading into this. Last time around, though, in Granada, it was a 4-1 win for Granada back in December 2021. Granada picking up 4 wins on the bounce against Mallorca in all competitions, and they come into this on the back of a 2-0 loss to Vallecano. Mallorca also a 1-0 loss to Villarreal most recently. The odds here, Granada 13-8 for the victory, 90-10 is the draw, 90-10. Also, your away win here. Back in the hosts here with a 1-0 win. Get themselves moving in the right direction. Next up, we have Sevilla up against Girona. That's right. Coming at you on, when is this? This is on, I'm blind as a bloody bat. It's coming at you on Saturday, August the 26th. Played each other 7 times in 2012. 4 was for Sevilla, 3 for Girona. And we've got 0 draws thus far. Sevilla, a woeful start to the season. 3 defeats on the spin. Of course, Girona unbeaten in the last 6, 83% form for them right now. Of course, their biggest win, Girona over Sevilla, 2-0 win, scoring 5 goals in the 7 games, 0.71 goals a game ratio. Compared to Sevilla, 2-0 win, the biggest, 6 goals scored in those 7 games, 0.86 goals a game ratio, of course. Last time around, though, in Sevilla, it was a 2-0 win for Girona. We're actually 3 matches on the spin success rate, winning rate over Sevilla. So they like playing them most recently. Girona with a 3-0 win over Getafe, Sevilla with a 4-3 loss to Alaves in that thriller in Spain last weekend, of course. The odds here, even Stevens to Sevilla, 11-5 is the draw, 3-1 is your away win. You got to back Sevilla, surely, but form suggests form, and recent run of events says Girona, so it'll be a tight old game, whatever happens. Next up, of course, we have Valencia up against Osasuna, and that's, of course, coming at you on... I'm all over the place here, really am all over the place. It's Valencia, Osasuna, it's Sunday, August the 27th. It is 6:29 a.m. I'll give myself a little bit of kudos here. 44 times they played each other, these two sides, since 1994. 24 wins for Valencia. We've got 8 wins for Osasuna. We've got 12 draws, of course. This is at the Matchday. That's right. Valencia's biggest win, 4-0 win, scoring 71 goals in the 44 games, 1.61 goals a game ratio. Up against Osasuna, 3-1 win, the biggest, 36 goals scored in the 46 games, 0.82 goals a game ratio. But Osasuna, 50% form for them right now. 1-1 lost one so far this season. Up against Valencia, 83% form for them over the last 6 back-to-back wins for them, sitting pretty in third in the table. Are Valencia back? That's the real question. They, of course, were back last couple of seasons against Osasuna. Just 1 defeat past 4 for them. 3 wins out of the last 4 games. Osasuna, 2-0 loss to Bilbao most recently. Valencia, a couple of wins for them so far, including a win over Las Palmas most recently. The odds here right now, we've got 11-10 on is your Valencia, 12-5 is your draw, 3-1 is your away win. Valencia backed nicely by the bookies, and they're backed by me. 1-0 win for them at home. Let's go. Of course, it is Villarreal, it is Barcelona, the game of the day, or the game of the week, of course, coming out on Sunday, August the 27th. Played each other 50 times in 1988. We got 9 wins for Villarreal, 31 wins for Barcelona. We got 10 draws, of course. Villarreal's biggest win, 3-0 win, scoring 58 goals in the 50 games, 1.16 goals game ratio. Up against Barcelona, 5-0 win, the biggest, 105 goals scored in those 50 games, 2.10 goals game ratio. Coming at you, though, Barcelona unbeaten the last 5, 75% form for them over the last 6. Villarreal, 33% form for them right now over the last 6. 1-1 lost one so far this season. Last time around, though, in Villarreal, it was a 1-0 win for Barcelona. They did back-to-back wins over Villarreal last season without conceding a goal. And of course, so far, so good for Barcelona in that regard. Back-to-back clean sheets for them. Just 1 win, though, so far this season. Villarreal, a win and a loss thus far. The odds right here, right now, we are 13-5 is your Villarreal. Even Stevens is your Barcelona, and 5-2 is the draw. I've got my Ben Brereton DS hat on for this one. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw at home for Villarreal. I just think something is just not right at the moment for Barcelona, and I think Villarreal are a decent side, and I think they need a little bit of credit, a little bit of something. Of course, it's got the Diaz effect as well. Let's roll into Vallecano up against Atlético Madrid. That's coming at you on Monday, August the 28th. Big day, of course. Remember the 28th of August. Played each other 28 times since 1994. 4 wins for Vallecano. We've got 18 wins for Atlético, and we've got 6 draws, of course. Vallecano's biggest win, a 2-0 win over Atlético, scoring 21 goals in those 28 games, 0.75 goals game ratio. Up against Atlético, 5-0 win, the biggest for them. 48 goals scored in the 28 games and 1.71 goals game ratio. Corbinacha, last time around, we'll get to that in a minute, but Atlético, 58% form for them over the last 6. Unbeaten start thus far this season, a win and a draw. Vallecano, though, back-to-back wins for them, 2 wins on the spin, 58% form for them heading into this. Last time around, though, at the Estadio de Vallecas, it was a 2-1 win for Atlético back in April 2023. Vallecano without a win against Atlético over the last 6. So hoping to rectify those odds right here, right now. We've got the odds right here, right now. 16-5 is your host, 23-10 is the draw, and 20-19 on is your Atletico. Red hot favourites on the road on this one. Going to go with them as well. 2-1 win to take it to the bank. Bit of a rough one this morning. I do apologise. Just my head's all over the shop right now. Got a lot going on, but I appreciate the support on the channel, and I appreciate you guys getting involved. Oh, we've got one more. I thought that was it. It's just all over. Alles über the Platz, as they say on the show. It's my boys. It is Las Palmas. It is Sociedad. Did we not do these already? 10-3. Oh no, I am just all over the shops. Here we go. Take a step. Okay, at Gran Canaria, Las Palmas, Sociedad, coming at you on the 25th of August. 19 times they played each other since the year 2000. 5 for Las Palmas, 7 for Sociedad, and 7 draws, of course. Biggest win for Las Palmas, 2-0 win, scoring 19 goals in those 19 games with 1 goal a game ratio. Up against Sociedad, 4-0 win for them. They're the biggest. 25 goals scored in those 19 games, 1.32 goals a game ratio, of course. So far, okay for Sociedad, back-to-back draws. 58% form for them over the last 6. Las Palmas, a defeat and a draw thus far. But last time around at Las Palmas, it was a 1-0 win for Sociedad, of course, coming to on the draws against Girona and Celta Vigo. Both of them were at home, might I add. Las Palmas, of course, a draw and a defeat thus far. Coming at you, though, the odds we do have 10-3 is your Las Palmas, 12-10 is the draw, and 2019 on Sociedad, who are red hot favourites on this one. Going to go with my boys here with a 1-0 win, and of course, that should complete the set. There you go. What a bloody spaghetti mess that was. I do appreciate the loving, though, and get your picks in as well, because if I'm right, this is what the table will look like. It'll be Madrid, it'll be Valencia, it'll be Atletico, and then Real Betis, top of the table. Las Palmas, Celta Vigo, and Almira going Tune, of course. That's, of course, the link to the Super Brew. 100% free. I'm going to go have a cup of coffee. Until then, guys, please give it some love and smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, smash the little bell. We'll be back for some more La Liga predictions next week. But until then, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, and, of course, hit the little bell.